Hi Dotafire and whoever else stumbles upon this video. My name's Smuggler. I'm just going to be doing a bit of a replay coach slash cast slash helpful hints and tips video for a member of Dotafire called Bukansee. Loves his Crystal Maiden. In this video, I'm just going to be running through some of the positives and some of the negatives and what he should have done where and what he did right where and why. It won't be super in depth, it'll only be short, it won't be a full replay cast, though I can do them if people require. Nothing too crazy. But if they do require that or do want that, they can just ask me, send me a message, or add me, or find me on Dotafire, where I'm quite regular. You're probably wondering why. Why is this guy going to be doing a replay coast cast? Well, I'm actually 3.5k rated MMR. It's not that, it's not like 4k or 5k or something. But I do play a lot with 5-6k players, and I am in a team that has won a few small tournaments. Better get into it actually, because I've got a fair few videos to get through tonight and I would like to finish them off. But in this game, he's playing Marana mid, and I'm just going to jump through a few parts that he's done right and a few parts that he's done that he could improve upon. So let's just jump into this game now.
Centaur War Runner. Enigma.
Okay, so. Okay, here we go. Right. It's just bugged out here. But anyway, first off, I'll just pause it here and I'll just talk about your starting items. Now, if you knew you were going to be mid, then I personally, and I know a fair few people agree with me here, you want to go 3 branches and tangos. You want to get a quick bottle because bottle charges are pretty much your bread and butter, and you can really contest runes with your pounce as well as your arrow, since it's a great setup. What you've done here is you've gone 2 boots of elven skin, or slippers of agility, sorry. Look, honestly, the reason why you get 2 is you're building into poor man shield. I don't know if you, I can't remember if you do or you don't, but that means you need a stout shield, and stout shields are usually required for, you'd want that maybe in a safe lane farming that you expect to tank, and maybe off lane, usually off lane. So personally, and I know a lot of people agree with me here, you wouldn't be going for 2 of them. You just get your 3 iron branches, your tango, and rush your fast bottle. Let's just quickly get into your block.
The battle begins.
You do quite well in your block. The only little thing that tip that I can give you is when you block, right, you want to use your stop button a fair bit, and you also want to be stopping on an angle, right? So as you go across the front of the creeps, you want to be stopping at an angle instead of stopping directly facing one way or the other. So shift back forward, but stop at an angle on each side. You actually lost the block here, since he's got a bit of a nice block. He can stay on high ground, but then snipers can stay on high ground anyway. You're doing pretty good for your last hitting. Out of that wave, I think you get...
Snatched from the jaws.
Out of this wave, I think you get only... You only get 2? Yeah, you only got 2 out of the first wave. So for the first wave, you want to be looking at really getting at least 4. That's where you want it. That's like your minimum. You want 4 on your first wave, because that's a lot of gold starting. So you're missing a fair few denies as well. That's alright. You're doing pretty good. You see that now, this is what I wanted to just point out. You're doing pretty well, but you need to also look at how much damage you're doing. So when you just right clicked in there, you took maybe, I don't know, I would say 1/20th off of his HP, yet he only took maybe 1/25th. So you know you can trade with him a bit, right? So you can actually trade with him a little bit here. And probably what I should also go into, as soon as you get into your lane, you need to check his item. So he's got 4 tangos, you've got 4 tangos. You pretty much can trade kind of evenly. If you can trade outside of the creep wave, you're going to have the advantage since all he has is right clicks, and you can actually do some magic damage. Also with leap, people don't really think, but the attack speed bonus is quite good. So first things you do when you get into lane, so you need to do a really good block, and you need to check their items straight away. In my offlane guide, I also go into that a fair bit often because it's all to do with your knowledge of the situation that you're in. So I'm just going to let this play through, and I'll probably jump through to a couple of ganks you do later on. Oh, that's right. No, sorry. Let me just jump ahead 10. Pretty sure. Here it is. Okay, so you're outside the creep wave. See that positioning there? That was really good. You're right outside the creep wave, which forced him to go, oh shit, I better start scaring him off a bit. Plus your lane equilibrium here is awesome. He's just auto-attacking the lane, which is really good. It means you can keep it up here. This is where you want to keep it. 4 and 2, and it's 2 minutes in, means you've literally you've got 2 more from 3-4 creep waves. You've only got 2 last hits. You need to get this quite a lot higher. I think he dives you here. Oh yeah, this is it. This is really well played. So he starts getting aggroed. You know you can see it. You leap, arrow, boom, dead. Well done. Well played. Really good. Really good play.
It was ours all along.
Just nearly died there. Anyway. So you actually did really well here. And then if we just run forwards a bit. Pretty much see all this, you're all the way back here. You spent a lot of the time back there when you knew he was dead and he was going to be coming to lane. Could have done a bit more here. You get a regen rune, you go back to lane. Honestly, once you've got level 6, you could gank. Also, you could definitely kill him very, very easily in lane. I don't understand why you didn't. With this regen rune, so I'm just going to try and help you out here a bit with some of the lane mechanics. With a regen rune, you can go ham, right? So spam your abilities, pounce, arrow, then Q. He'll run away. Like right now, what I'm looking at, knowing that you've got that, that's a kill. You could definitely get that as a kill. Run up to them, right click him twice, then pounce. Press your Starstorm or Q and try and get close to him as possible when you pounce. And he'll be on like less than a quarter health. Then he will turn to hit you. Okay? He will. He'll turn to hit you. Or he'll do shrapnel, turn to shrapnel. That's when you arrow, and that's a dead sniper. So I remember watching this because I watched this before. I remember thinking, this guy could have killed him a lot more often, and you didn't. So I guess that's because you were just playing safe, and snipers are quite annoying and all that kind of stuff. But you really need to look at how much damage you can do, and look at your lane positioning. And you definitely could have killed him really easily a couple of times, especially with the regen rune. You could have easily killed him with the regen rune. And you've got 6 now, so go ham, boy. So let's just play this. Finish it out. pretty sure you
Regeneration.
start rotating.
Radiant's
about-
top tower is under attack.
I think now you rotate now. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so all right. This is what I'm gonna. This is the bit that I wanted to. So this is your first rotation. You stood there quite a while. You knew that he didn't have vision because otherwise he would have backed off quite quickly. Now right here, beautiful arrow. The margins were amazing. Everything's great. Perfect. You did really good, and you get the kill. So well
Down
done.
a dark road.
This
I
is
go.
what I want to talk about though. Right here. Okay. Let's just wait for it. Right here. Now, I have 200 something games with Mirana, and it took me a long time for me to start doing this. The biggest thing that I see that Mirana players do is they get caught up in arrow watching. Okay? Arrow watching is when pretty much it's self-explanatory. You fire an arrow and you watch it. Okay? Now, you can't change the arrow's path, so there's no point in watching it. The only time you need to know if you watch it is if it hits. And what's great about this is that she will give you, if you hit a creep, she'll say, what is that doing there? Or something along those lines. But if you hit them, she'll say, bullseye. So you don't even need to watch the arrow. You'll know if you've hit a hero. So if it's a long shot from 3,000 units away, right, going back and forwards like this is not going to help. So you need to start moving as soon as you fire. It took this arrow, I'm pretty sure it took this arrow 3 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds that you didn't move. Now, if there was rotations in, if there was an extra support, if this was a safe lane tri lane, 3 seconds of you not moving means 3 seconds of those two fighting three heroes, pretty much. Kind of. One stunned, but doesn't matter. So you need to move. Once you fire, you need to move. You need to start moving either away or towards them. One of the two. But yeah, so that's the thing that I was really. It was a really good arrow, by the way. Don't want to take anything from the arrow. The arrow was amazing, but you need to start moving as soon as you fire. Yeah, so you start moving back mid. I'm just going to accelerate here a fair bit.
The shadows take us.
Okay, now this one. I'm just going to slow this
Dire's
down.
top tower is under attack.
Right here. Okay, so another little helpful hint that I can give you here is play Mirana and most skill shots like you would any other skill shot. Okay? The only things you have to change is your knowledge of the projectile speed and your knowledge of what it can do. So, for example, Pudge's hook can hook anything except for mechanical units. So heroes, creeps from both sides, heroes from both sides. You have to basically have a really good path for your hook. But here's where Mirana's arrow is good, is that it will only hit enemies and neutrals. So you can fire through your creeps, which is amazing. But as with any skill shot, the second part of that is prediction, right? So the first part is knowledge, which is your projectile speed and all that kind of stuff. And the second part is prediction. And prediction is two parts, really. It's game knowledge, so movement speed, pathing, that kind of stuff. And the second part is extrapolation. Being able to extrapolate from previous movements how someone will react. So I'm just going to show you what happens here, and then I'll tell you what happens. So let's look at this sniper, right? Let's look at how he right clicks these creeps. So he right clicks, moves, right clicks, moves, right clicks, moves, right clicks, moves, right clicks, moves. And there's the arrow. Now let's look at you, right? Let's just go back here. Go on that. Let's go player perspective. Right, now let's have a look at you. So you're watching him. Right here, you're watching him. Right click move, right click move. He right clicked, so you should have expected him to move. You just saw him do it 3 times.
Dire's
Right,
top
he just
tower
did it
is under
3
attack.
times. Right click move, right. So you could go, okay, obviously next time he right clicks, he's going to move. Now he wouldn't have moved forwards because it's towards the tower and there's creeps there still. Right, so I'm just going to pause this here because that's another thing I want to talk about later. So you should have, so extrapolating from their previous actions, you can kind of have a better or more accurate guess. See here, right? He's going to move. He's not going to move this way. He's not going to move up. He's going to move down,
Dire's
right?
top
So you need
tower
to
is under
think
attack.
about that, the psychology of it, as well as the prediction path. So obviously, it would have been a great arrow if you hit. You couldn't really follow it up much. Because you didn't have any help there. But it certainly would have been a good. It's a good way to learn. So 2 parts of the skill shots. First part is your game knowledge. So it's your knowledge of the projectile speed, your knowledge of what it can do, your knowledge of the damage, and all that kind of stuff. And then the second part is the extrapolation. So your prediction. Right? So your prediction of where they're going to be, how they're going to get there, all that kind of stuff, and how they're going to act. So if you've been playing, say, a Marana, and this Queen of Pain always blinks in, right? And then she always blinks away to top of the map, right? I know it's hard to, but it helps, trust me. All the time, every time she blinks away to the top, or she blinks away to a normal pathway, or she blinks away to trees or something. If you know that, then it's a better accurate prediction that she's going to do it again, right? So him right-clicking and then moving, and then right-clicking and then move. You can go, he's going to right-click and move again. He's not going to go towards the tower because there's still creeps there. So obviously he's going to right-click and move down. By putting that arrow a little bit further down, right, it would have hit him and your prediction would have been accurate. He's been right-clicking, moving the whole game, or that whole little small area that you saw him do it. He's going to do it again. Boom. Now, this is the other thing. You did great this game, by the way. I'm just saying you did amazing. Let's just, apart from your last thing, but I guess you were roaming a fair bit. Here we go. Right, ready here. Let's just jump back 10 and then slow this down. Okay. Now I'm just going to go free camera here so I can get a better perspective.
Dire's
Okay.
top tower is under
This
attack.
is another part that you don't really see much in certain levels. Right there, okay? You knew how much damage you were doing with each right click. One more right click and he would have been dead. You decided to go the sniper. That's fine. Bit slow on the arrow there.
Bullseye.
Now, you could have stayed and killed him very easily. I mean, you do get the sniper, that's fine. I'm pretty sure you do get the sniper. Yeah, you do. There, everybody's following.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pretty sure you do.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Look at that much damage you stayed in. Anyway, yeah, you were doing a lot of damage. You should have taken that kill from the Venom. The Venom's a sport. You should have been there and just right-clicked the Terrorblade down. Now, here's another thing that I just want to talk about. By the way, it's good. You got 2 kills. That's amazing. Right here. Right. You had an arrow. You had double damage. 2-3 hits and double damage. Right. And I reckon you could have killed him. Yeah. I think you could have killed him. So, when you're doing skill shots, stun skill shots and stuff like that, another aspect that is not as big, but it helps. It's like a helpful hint, something that actually kind of helps. Is choke points. Okay, I'm just gonna turn off this freaking thing because it's annoying the hell out of me. Ba-da-bum. Okay, so choke points. Right there, where he is, right there, that's a choke point. Your arrow's hitbox is that whole pathway. So if as he was here and you fired the arrow, right, and he was moving there, it would have taken maybe, I don't know, 0.5 of a second for him to recognize, or 0.25 of a second for him to recognize that an arrow is being fired. He would have been there. The only way he would have been able to dodge that is if he like went down and around here, and you could have got 3, 4, 5 more right clicks, and he would have had to gone back to base, or he would have been very low, and you could get a kill with old Full Divide up there. So when you're looking at a skill shot hero like Marana, remember your choke points. Choke point if they're moving towards one. There's another choke point. There's another choke point. If they're going through here, there's another choke point. Here, this one, massive choke point. You know, choke points, they're all over the place, and it doesn't guarantee you hitting someone, but it increases the percentage that you will hit someone. So always remember about your choke points, because if you can see they're going towards one, and you can accurately predict how long your arrow is going to take, the time it's going to take, and the movement pathing they're going to take, it'll be pretty easy hit. Now I'm just going to speed this back up 4 times. Through, just follow you. You run around a fair bit, I'm pretty sure. You wait for the rune here. I'm pretty sure you run around a lot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. All this time, you're running around.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now, I'm pretty sure you get a kill here.
Dire's
Yeah, you
middle
do.
tower is under attack.
Which is quite nice,
Dire's
by the
middle
way.
tower is under attack.
A lot of fighting bottom. You could have stayed and pushed that tower. Okay, yeah, that's actually what I wanted to talk about. I've got all these little notes that I wanted to mention. Okay, right here.
Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Right here. Okay, you kill him pretty quickly.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See beyond the phantom veil.
Yeah, anyway, you guys should have pushed that lane, honestly. You can see them all bottom, you should have pushed lane. You would have at least got some damage on that tower. You could have even taken that tower. But anyway, I'm just going to run through the last
Dire's
couple of
middle
bits that I
tower is
saw,
under
and
attack.
then that'll be me done. Because most of the time you did pretty good.
Illusion.
You actually die here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom. Radiant's middle tower is under
Here we go.
attack.
No, this is quite nice. Lovely arrow, great prediction. You got the kill. Beautiful, well played.
Radiant's middle
Let's
tower is
just
under
follow
attack.
along. Not much else I can really say. Like you did really good. You roamed when you should have roamed. I personally would have. Oh, that's right. This was a great arrow. This was a lovely arrow. So you're over here. Pretty sure. Now you know he's gonna back off. He's gonna get. That's a great prediction. Absolutely beautiful prediction. Because he was over here when you fired it, and you fired back this way. I think you get this kill as well. No, Venno gets it again. No, that was a beautiful prediction. Well done. I'm pretty
Radiant's
sure
middle
things
tower
kind of
is
go
under attack.
downhill for a little while, and then they start to pick up towards
Radiant's
late game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Big black hole. Nice kill. You die. Oh well.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Honestly, I know this is probably going to sound a bit rough, but oh yeah, this is the one last thing that I wanted to show. Right. Yeah. Okay. So you've got 3 people coming in. Black hole has just been used, so I wouldn't do it. But you can see him there. You could have killed one of them so quickly. I'm not even kidding. If he Malfused, yeah, bit rough. That arrow was not the best. Oh, I don't know what Enigma was doing.
The phantom strikes.
I actually don't know what Enigma was doing there. I think in the he does get the kill. Yeah, he does get the kill on the sniper, but he lost 4 for that, or 3 really. But what I was saying was, it's better to be on the proactive rather than the reactive. Like when you were sitting there and you had vision of them here, there was 2 of them, and you knew he was over here. All you had to do was put like a Veno ward down, something here, because he was sitting right here. Put a Q Malfeus on Witch Doctor or Sniper and fire the arrow as soon as he does it, and you would have got an easy kill. Run in, do your Q, and you would have got a kill, and you would have been on the offensive and the proactive rather than the reactive. You reacted to them, you reacted to them poorly, and they got 3 kills when they should have got none, pretty much. So, yeah. Anyway, it's pretty late. I've got a couple more videos I have to do for certain people. But all in all, if I could just recap some of the things that I've done here, I've said here, sorry. One, I know it's a bit rough to say, but focus on your last hits. Really make sure you get those last hits, because 4 last hits in 3 minutes is not good. That's really that's bad. You need to up that a lot. Your prediction for your arrows are amazing. I think you're doing really good. Just if you could remember to extrapolate their previous actions and try and add that to your prediction for your arrows, you will be amazing, because you're already getting the timing down pat. You're already getting everything else down pat. This was pretty obvious here. Like, you could see that coming because you came from the creep wave, you're in the creep wave vision. You actually overextended a fair bit here and you died, both of you, but that doesn't matter. But yeah, so focus on your last hitting. If you're a mid, you have to last hit, you have to get the gold. That's what you're there for. You're there for the experience and the gold advantage, since you're only versing one person, so I'm sure you get some last hits. So 4 in 3 minutes or something, you've got to up that. Your arrows are amazing. Remember to extrapolate the movement that they've previously shown into what you predict. Try and always look at what people have. How much regen they have, how much damage you're doing to them, that kind of thing. So if you right click someone and you take off like half their health, just go, oh Jesus Christ, and you automatically, I don't have a deso, I don't have any crit, I don't have anything like this. Obviously they're under heavy negative armor. One more or 2 more hits, like straight away, that's what I think. If that happens, if I've got double damage and I take off 1/3 of their 1/4 of their health, I'm going to go, okay, 3 more hits and they're dead. Like, so always remember that. But apart from that, you did a fantastic game. You actually really did some great arrows. I think it was about 27-minute mark or something. You did a fantastic arrow. Here it is. I'm pretty sure this is it here. You did an absolutely fantastic arrow. No, that wasn't it. Maybe you got it better than that.
And what? Dominating.
Ah, here it is. Pretty sure this is it. You actually hit this amazing arrow. I can't remember where it's from. No, that wasn't it.
Dyer's
You fight
middle
it.
tower is-
People are
Dyer's
like,
middle
oh,
tower
missed
has
arrow, blah blah
fallen.
blah. It's like missing hook. No, it's not. Just
Dyer's
fire off
middle
your arrows.
tower
If you
is
get a
under
hit,
attack.
you get a hit. Like it does a lot of damage. So don't
Dyer's
worry
bottom
about that.
tower is under attack.
Ah, was this it? I can't remember what, but anyway, look, I'm just
Dyer's
going to
middle-
jabber on here. But you hit an amazing arrow. The prediction processes that you would have had to have gone to hit that arrow. I think it was on the, I think it was on the PA. I'm pretty sure it was on the PA. Yeah, it was on the PA. She was running and she went through 2 creep camps and they were aggroing her, and you leapt to the left and you fired through trees and it missed like a whole creep wave, hit that gap between the 2 creep waves and got her on the like very edge and she died from it. That was fantastic. You would have probably been out of your seat when that happened. I don't know how you did it, but I can't exactly remember what ton it was, but that was just fantastic. Yeah, so remember remember those 3 things that I said. Your last inning, really focus on it. Your predictions are great. Blah blah blah. I'm repeating myself, but yeah, great game, Bukan. If you want me to do any more, and if anybody else wants me to do any more, I am more than happy to. So, Smuggler signing off.